In this video, I'm just going to show you some of the basic navigation through YouTube, just enough so that you can start posting things and make your channel look the way you want it to for your students. So first things first, you log in to your AISD account through Google. If you have an icon set like I do, then it's, like your picture of you or whatever, it's going to be in this corner. You need to make sure that you're in the right account. So if you click on that little picture, you'll make sure that you're on the right account. And YouTube doesn't show up automatically. It's going to be in this little menu here. So this 3x3 array shows you all the Google apps that are tied to that account. And if you click on more, YouTube will show up. So if you want to switch accounts, if you click on it, it'll show you all of the YouTube accounts that you are a manager for. And I'm a manager for 3 different accounts. So it shows up like that for me. It'll just probably be this one for you. Now it automatically defaults to the page for YouTube viewers, so it's like you can navigate and watch certain things. This just happens to be the ad that popped up. I don't really care about this page because I'm more of a poster to YouTube. So then over here in this column here, you click on my channel. Now if this column doesn't show up, you see this little red bar next to YouTube? If you click on it, it'll show this menu. So you want to go to my channel. And everything you need to know is here on your channel. And right now, this view is your view as the owner of this channel. If you want to see what the kids will see, you click on this view as public, and a couple of the things just go away. So if you start your YouTube channel, this thing here will be blank. My artwork is a picture that I took at the Art Institute of Chicago. And if you want to change your picture, you'll notice that when my cursor is on this banner, there's a little pen. And this is where you change your channel art. And it gives you 2 options. It gives you edit links and edit channel art. Channel art is obviously the picture in the background. Links happens to be this thing right here, that little G plus there. Your YouTube account defaults to being linked to your Google Plus account. But if you want to do something like link your channel to your website, then you click on edit links, and that's how you would do that. And I'll show you an example. My other YouTube account, the one that my kids use where I post all my videos, you'll notice that my link is for my website and not my Google Plus account. It's actually for my school website. And so if you want to change that, remember it's in the banner, that little pen. Uploading is really easy. All you have to do is quite literally find the upload button, which is up here in the corner next to where you're logged in, and click it, and it'll take you to the upload screen. And you just have to make sure that your cursor is over the picture so it's chosen, so it shows up in red, and then you click on that, and it'll allow you to find your video. Right now, this thing here tells you the privacy setting of your video. And right now, my video is set to be public. And that means that anyone in the world can search for and find your video. And if you're not wanting to do that and you only want your students to see your video, then you have 2 options. You have the unlisted option, which means that only people with a link to the URL will be able to see your video, which is what I suggest for students. And then private, which means that only people you personally select through their email address will be able to access your video. So if you want to make a video just for your department and you don't want anyone else to see it, then you can just hand pick the teachers or whoever you want to be able to see your video. So when you're on your channel, you see that my name is displayed here, and if you want to change this, you click on this pen here and it'll allow you to change your channel settings. And you'll see right here, this is what it shows up as. It shows up as my name. And if you want to change that, you can change the name. So if you change it here, it'll also change it on Google+. Now, you'll notice that the default country is Afghanistan, and you probably want to change that to United States. Now, this account information is pretty important because this is where you can allow advertisements or don't allow them. Since your site is most likely going to be educational, I suggest you do not allow advertisements, and you can read through and figure out some of the other settings that you want to do. But if you want to change the way the name looks, it's here under advanced. And you'll notice on the side that I'm in something called Creator Studio, and this is something that only you see as a user of YouTube. And it's under Channel and Advanced. So if you forget where to get it, it's under Channel and Advanced. And you can also click on it through your name. You see there's a little bitty cog here. This little cog will take you to this Creator Studio and to the YouTube settings. So if you forget where it is on the site, you can just click on your little icon and it'll take you here directly. Settings. So Video Manager will have all of your videos, and if you want to delete one, you go here. If you want to change one, if you want to change the title or anything like that, you go here. So these are all the videos I have posted for this channel. And info and settings is super important. You're going to want to go here. This gives you the URL, so if you made your video unlisted, you need this link right here to get other people to be able to watch it. You can change the unlisted privacy setting to public or private on this too in the Video Manager. This is the title, this is the description, and so if you want to change those you can, or if you messed up and have a typo you can fix it that way. Now advanced settings is where you want to go to make sure that comments are disallowed. So if you're posting this for your students and you're posting it on the web publicly and you don't want some strange person just posting some strange comment on your video, then you have to make sure that this is not clicked. It defaults to it being chosen, so you have to actively make sure that you don't allow comments. And you can choose whatever you want here. You can choose the video language, you can choose allow embedding or the category. So, and this is all under Video Manager, and there are other things too that I don't mess with very much. And if you want to go back to Video Manager, then you click on this little side arrow and it takes you back to the Video Manager where your other videos are. Now if you've posted a video you don't like and you want to get rid of course you can just delete it by just in this Video Manager, just click delete, it's gone. Now under your channel, you will see some of these things are not enabled yet and some of these aren't highlighted yet because some of these you have to have a verified account. This account isn't verified, so there are a limited number of things that I can do on this channel. If I were to show you my other account, like all of these are listed in green. And then analytics, if you're interested, this will show you the statistics on who's viewed your videos and where they're from. So if you were just really curious about who's watching your video, what country they're in, how many minutes they watched it or whatever, this is all under video analytics. And that's sort of... Now, one thing about YouTube, the way it posts, it defaults to something called a feed. And so whenever you post something or you add a comment or you subscribe to something, it gets put in your feed, and your feed's like a stack, so the most recent thing is on top. Now if you're like me and you have two different classes that you're making videos for, if you have this default feed setting, it'll just list the videos, you know, in order in which you posted them. It's not going to be separated by course or anything like that. So let me show you what it looks like when you don't have the feed, when you have a different kind of navigation. So this is my other YouTube channel, and you notice it already looks different because there's a trailer here. Now, when you view my site as someone in the public, you don't see that because I don't have a trailer yet. So this is just what my site looks like. You notice I have a tab for Keeling Algebra 1 and a tab for Keeling Algebra 2, and they're not really tabs. What they really are playlists. So if I click done and see what my channel looks like to myself, and then over here I have Keeling Algebra 1 for last year, Keeling Algebra 2 for last year, so you don't have to scroll through my feed. These are just playlists, and I can add more if I want. Right now I only have 2 sections. I can add as many sections as I want. And you need to have playlists if you're going to do this. So if you click on playlists, you can create a specific playlist. You can create a new playlist. Like I have one that's Algebra 1 and one that's Algebra 2, and that's what's in my feed. So for next year, I'm going to create Keeling Algebra 2014-2015 and make it a new playlist. So if I want to change from having the feed to displaying these separate playlists for my separate class, I have to change my navigation and edit my navigation. And in order to do that, it's in the bar where my name is, where the name of the channel is. And remember, if you put your cursor over a certain section, then that little pen shows up to allow you to edit it. And if you put it over here, you put the pen over your name, and you'll see Edit Channel Navigation, and that's what changes the way it looks. So let me show you on the other site what it looks like. So this site has the feed, right? And if I want to change it, from the feed to the playlists, then I click on where it says my name and edit channel navigation, and this is what it defaults to. It defaults to your feed, and you can add things to the feed. You can add a video to public playlists or whatever, but if you want to change the browsing, it's the very top thing. It says the browse view lets you customize the display of your content, and that's what you want. So you enable that, and then you save it, and then it'll take a second, and then you have the exact same view that I had before with the channel trailer, and then you can add your sections. And to add a section, you just click on Add a Section, and you can select the content. You know, it tells you popular uploads, whatever. You can change it to whatever you want, upcoming events, playlists, whatever you want, recent posts, recent activities. So you can create all these different sorts of sections of your YouTube channel. If you don't do this, remember it's just going to default to the feed, and I'm going to cancel that. And if you want to change back to the feed, once again, edit channel navigation, and it allows you to disable and change it back so that it's just the feed where the most recent posting is the most recent thing you see. Now, one thing I didn't mention that's also really important, if your channel is publicly viewed like mine is, then you click on About, and you'll notice right here I have a description of my channel and the link and an email. And you want to add that description to your channel in the About section. Now, when you're on the info and settings for a specific video, you'll notice that you have 3 pictures here. And while your video is processing through YouTube, YouTube will just make 3 of these little screen captures of your video. And you just have to pick one, and that's what's going to be visible when your video is not playing. And you'll notice I only have 2, basic and advanced. And I don't have the option of creating my own art for this video because that's something that has to be enabled, and you have to be a more advanced user to get that. So for example, my other YouTube channel, I'm a more advanced user. So I have the 3 that the YouTube decided, and then I added my own channel, my own art to it, and that's something that you can just have enabled. Now, you'll also notice if you are really serious about this, you can apply to have your site on YouTube EDU, which means be put on something called the whitelist. And that means that it's approved for educational viewing, and you have to apply for that. And once you do apply for that, you know that you've been accepted into YouTube EDU and the whitelist when you get this additional tab called Education, which allows you to categorize your video through like the mathematical category and learning objective.